We are ready to go. Northampton will receive 2 hours left, and that's Mr. Pickle, number 52 for Easton, who will be kicking off. And he has put his foot to the ball this year. He's been outstanding, 6'2", 190 pounds, and he can boot it far and long.
Good foot, big foot, and I believe a left foot we're going to see from Pickle. Two good kicking games on both sides. That is a weapon.
They're going to probably try to keep it away from Pammer, who's on this side, on the near side, number 33, because when Jeff gets the football, exciting things happen. But they kick it, and they sure do keep it away from him. It's picked up by one of the up men at the 45-yard line, and that's where Northampton will take over. And picking up the football for the Crimson Tide was Jeff Snyder, number 7, and we are underway at Easton.
Yeah, not an onside-er, Bob, but next thing to it, you want to get it over that first line and squib it a little bit and see if the field conditions are a little deplorable or not. Didn't get it far enough and taken by an up man.
At the top of your screen, you could probably see I was going to say the snow. I'm washing my mouth out. The rain coming down steadily now, and it's been this way all night. So let's see what happens. Craig Mushko, number 11, is your quarterback. In motion is Pammer from right to left. He dumps it out to the side to the 43-yard line, and Jeff is knocked down immediately for a loss of 1.
Excellent defense on the part of Easton. You'll see Easton a 4-man front. Also 4 linebackers, and their linebacking core, that's where the extreme action occurs. Here it is, little circle route out of the backfield coming from the opposite way, but played and defended extremely well by number 89 for Easton, and that's Todd Kresge.
Keep your eye on number 12. Billy Haight is wide to the near sideline. Ed Crow is their big wide receiver. Again, Pammer in motion. Oplinger gets the carry, crosses the 45 to the 48-yard line, does a little juke step at the line of scrimmage, picks up 3.
Short time I've seen Tito Johnson. He loves to play in sequences. That was a sequence play. They put Pammer in motion, looked like he was going to run the same circle route. Instead, you had the inside counter handoff to Oplinger coming back.
Good to see Steve Schiffert before the game. Had a chance, you and I, to talk to, and the officials, spent some time with them. And boy, I like Steve a whole lot. He's going to be on my radio show on WHUL in the next 2 weeks, and I'll set up a date next week, and we will talk about the Red Rovers.
4 receivers.
Back to pass. Mushko coming to the near sideline, looking downfield, looking. He can't find anybody. Keeps it, crosses midfield, 45, and finally runs out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Northampton first down.
You get a look at Mushko there, what he does for best. Pammer in motion, gives a little boot fake, keeps it down the right side, option all the way. Being trailed on that play by number 77. You'll see Mike Apgar for Easton putting the pressure, but that running contest going to come a little short. Apgar misses. Haight goes the distance.
Tyler Longley, number 83, checks in for Northampton. Ed Crow is going to be wide to the far sideline, along with Billy Haight. No backfield people for Northampton. Mushko on a long count. Oplinger in motion. 3 steps out,
look at that.
sacked. Whoa! They're coming in with a head of steam for Easton, number 72, Lance Torres.
Lance Torres from probably the off tackle or nose guard position in that front 40. He's going to shoot a gap. Oh, look at that, untouched. Right between center and guard and the left side. And you never even saw what they had in mind to develop offensively.
First 2 minutes gone by in quarter number 1. We're at Cottingham Stadium tonight, live for you, and we hope you are enjoying this football game. And a pretty good crowd on hand, but I'm sure a lot more people would have probably made the trek here either from Northampton or from downtown Easton, but unfortunately this weather has a negative impact. Oplinger gets the pitch out, and he's going to try to get some running room, cannot, and loses 3 on the play.
Great defensive play. Again, you're really tasting an 8-man front defensively, and that time I do believe, Robert, it was number 48 for the Rovers, Brian Jones, who just stayed with Oplinger. Again, there was no one in the backfield. There's your little pitch. Well, that's a good job. Oh, 33. Let's give credit. Zach Pizarro.
Yeah. And Jeff Pammer, number 33 for Northampton, is a guy who plays, Dick was talking about people playing both ways in high school. This young man can do it all. He can run with the ball, and he can hit hard on defense as well. He's always in the action. Mushko, pump fake, fires to Crow, incomplete, and that will bring up a 4th down. Northampton will have to give it away.
From the gun, you had Mushko deep, fakes Little dish off to his wide man, excuse me, the runner going out of the backfield, and then it was a little look into Crow. Crow at 6'5", big target. You saw the pump fake there. Bobby, there might have been a little bit weather right there. Getting a little bit wet.
Josh Baltz, number 2, will stand back at the Easton 20-yard line in anticipation of this 4th down punt.
10 up for the Rovers.
Look at that.
They're going to be coming.
Yeah, they sure are. And here they come. Here's the boot by Pammer, high into the night sky. Taken at the 15-yard line by Baltz. Breaks a tackle at the 20, 25, 30, 35-yard line. Good return by Josh Baltz.
That's a big play. Number 1, he fields it on the run inside his own 20 and breaks a couple tackles. You'll see it. Catches it on the run. 1, 2, 3 misses, 4 misses, and driven out of bounds. Good play, Rovers.
First time Easton has their hands on the football after 3 minutes. Northampton unable to do anything with it, and now the Red Rovers will have it 1st and 10, and they'll be minus number 5, Ovid Goldburn, but Neil Labuda, number 22, will start in his slot. Pipparata will be the setback out of the I formation. Long count by Luke Carlson, number 11, hands it off to Pipparata. Brad straight ahead. Nothing fancy to about the 39-yard line and a pickup of about 3.
Stevie Shepard calls each play. He'll bring the quarterback over to the sideline, give it to him orally. Carlson takes it back to the huddle with him. That time you saw Pipparata lined up as the deep back in the eye. He's been playing the short man in the eye with Goldberg deep. But with Goldburn out, use Pipparata's abilities at the deep tailback spot.
If you joined us, no score. We're at 8:22 remaining first quarter. Dick Tracy and yours truly, Bob Beatty, from Cottingham Stadium. What a great stadium this is. A lot of history around here. Straight ahead for a gain of about 3 is number 20, and that, of course, is Brad Pipparata. Boy, he's got a ton of yards this year.
3rd and short. I think the situation the Rovers do not mind being in. Situation where they are noted for their power short game.
Pipparata, 86 carries, 723 yards, 8.4 a carry, and he's got 10 touchdowns to boot. Not as perhaps quick as Goldburn, but there's Luke Carlson going to take it right over the center for a 1st down and a pickup of 3 in the process, and that is the first down for Easton.
When you go down in that sideline, you notice how big Carlson is. He is one big quarterback. 6-footer, listed at 195 pounds.
Jeff Pammer, number 33, is down for Northampton, and let's hope that's just a cramp or something, because they can ill afford to lose that young man.
Boy, that would be a blow. You talk about a young man going both ways, speed to burn, and has to be respected.
Hard to see where the problem is. All right, let's take a break while they're attending to Jeff Pammer. 7.5 minutes remaining first quarter from Easton. Northampton and 0. Easton nothing. We'll be right back.
We'll watch it here. Steady diet. Ooh, hand in the face mask. Third and short. Easton loves this situation, Bob. May be in 4-down territory.
Ball at the 44-yard line of Northampton. Labuda and Pipparata are the setbacks. Here is Carlson's pitch out to Brad. He cuts across the 45 to the 40 to the 39-yard line, and that's going to be enough for an Easton 1st down.
First time that Easton chooses to go outside. Meant to go right at the defensive tackle or the end. Got a good kick-out block from his fullback, Labuda, and able to cut it inside and make the 1st down. Watch Labuda lead. Boom! Kicks him out, cuts it inside. Way it's diagrammed.
This is going to be like 2 heavyweight fighters just slugging it out all night long. Both of them capable of really scoring when they have to. Here is Carlson getting chased. He winds up and fires toward the sideline. Incomplete at the 20-yard line.
Real good pass defense. Looking for one man all the way. That one man represented number 82, George Bright, Easton, the two tight end offense. Dodge there. Gets it off. Watch the D. Good job.
That's their first pass attempt of the evening. Goes incomplete. This is going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 at the Northampton 39.
Northampton plays a lot of three-man front defensively, Bobby. And what that does, if you wish, in charge of 3, you can put 8 men in the secondary.
Luke Carlson. Here is a handoff. Boy, this is a different call, Dick, to number 70 of all people, Jason Groller. And big Jason plows over the 35 to the 32, moves the sticks, but it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
What Easton has done, they've taken Groller, number 70, an offensive tackle, and they put him at that wing in the I formation. He too is leading. This time they faked to the left, came countered inside with Groller, and he just kept pounding away. And again, it's 3rd and rather short.
Another ideal situation for Easton. They like these 3rd and short, 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. Here is getting the call. It's Pepperotti. He's going to get bounced at the 40, and I believe he's going to be short of a 1st down. But as Dick indicated, this might be for 4-down territory all the way.
Well, it is now. You're talking about 32-yard line. So coming up 4th and about 2, I'm sure he's looking at, boy, did they put the defensive end down. 3 guys on him.
Coming to make a pretty good stick there was Devin Klein of Northampton. 5 minutes remaining in quarter number 1. On a raw, kind of not a cold night, but not a very comfortable night, if you will. It feels colder than it is. Pipperata straight ahead, and I think Brad's got the 1st down. If he gets a decent spot, he will have a 1st down at the Northampton 29.
Boy, is that power football. Pull your right tackle, lead with your wing, follow with your fullback, and then give the ball to the tailback.
They took the football over with 9 minutes and 3 seconds remaining, and now we have 4:50 remaining, so approximately 5 minutes. Easton's had the football.
That's their game, Bobby.
Yep. Run, right down your throat. Carlson, whoops, it's like somebody was coming over, and they're going to blow this one dead.
See what the call is, either procedure against the Rovers or offside against Northampton. Chris Miller calls procedure.
Those stripes should go the other way. Who said that? Those stripes should go the other way. Watch this, Nick.
Oh, see, when the defensive man who did not penetrate, when he moved, the right tackle sat up.
So they'll march this one back 5 yards to the 34-yard line of Northampton and make it 1st and 15. Luke Carlson is number 11. He's the quarterback for the Rovers. And he's going to hand it inside to Labuda. And Neal just puts his head down and plows ahead for a couple of more yards. I'm very impressed with this long drive.
Yeah, that time a little bit of trickery. They've been leading with that fullback all night. This time a little pitch fake to Pipperata going outside, and then the delay up the middle with the fullback, and he got the 5-yard penalty back.
Boy, at this point, this thing will be over in no time. They keep running it like this. Easton has only put the ball up once for an incomplete pass tonight. Northampton also having tried 2 passes. They're 1 for 2.
Watch your left side, Bobby.
Carlson, hand out inside.
Short.
What a straight through to the 20, and he got somebody hit him at the top of the ankles, knocked him off his feet. Very close to a 1st down, but a little short.
Love to have this one back. We'll have it right now. Good trap block. Look at that pull by Groller. Let that defensive man come across. You trap him, and that's the result.
All Brad Pipperata is going to do tonight is add to those rushing yards that he has been very successful with this year, 723 and counting. And this is only game number 8.
One of Northampton's worries, they can't match up size-wise with many opponents. And the toll right now may be taking tackle to tackle, being outside just a little bit. And some of these pull blocks and counter blocks are getting big starts and just really mowing down defenders.
Other games in the Lehigh Valley Conference tonight, Central Catholic is at Allen, Deeriff is at Parkland, and a lot of talk about the Parkland being on strike and playing football. A lot of people upset with that, and maybe pointedly so. Emmaus at Whitehall, Nazareth's over at Liberty, and of course Northampton's here. Freedom will be at Becca High tomorrow night. Dick and I will have Penn Arjo Wilson, which is always a real battle between two teams that don't like each other a whole lot. And they're both suffering 2 and 5 seasons. We'll try to right the ship tomorrow afternoon. Here's Carlson, handoff inside, Piparato over right tackle, inside the 15 to the 14. Pickup of 6 every time he touches the ball. He's got 5 or 6 yards, Dick.
Good call, Mr. Dady. That's the first play you put in the playbook in the summer. Well, now time they do it in the spring already, but nonetheless, simple dive play. That's all it was. Probably a cross block up front. Nice hole, nice game.
4th first down, all in his drive. They haven't, Easton hasn't relinquished the football since 9:03 of the first quarter. 6 minutes and 11 plays later, they still have it. Here's a handoff inside, and going over left tackle and being stacked up around the 10-yard line is Piparato. Not much of a gain on that play. The way they spot it, looks like it'll be maybe a couple of yards as it turns out. A short gain, but nevertheless the ball is at the 10.
Well, we're leading again, but that time Northampton defended to a spot. Defended with 3 guys who all helped on the stop of Piparato.
The ball exactly at the 10. Carlson looking over that Northampton front, hands it off to Piparato. Brasner out, going around right tackle, right in, and he gets in the 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Easton.
Designed again to follow your lead block, in this case Driller. Supposed to be taken just off the defensive end. He's going to have a juke right here. Take to the outside, he's going to win the foot race. Straight arms the last tackler, and Easton with a magnificent offensive drive.
Brad Pickle will try to whistle this thing through. The ball is going to be held by Bernard Kuhn at the 10-yard line. The snap, ball down, boot up, is high, and it is good. So, with 2:21 remaining in the first quarter, the Rovers strike first. They lead Northampton 7-0. We'll be back with more football right after this.
Hey, football fans! If you love dealing with a winning team, head to the leader, Kleckner's in
By a score of 7-0, and back at the 10-yard line will be again Jeff Pammer, and Devin Klein will be on the far side.
Good to see Pammer back in there. Nothing serious on his injury a few minutes ago. Let's see where Pickle tries to put this one. He keeps it away from him again.
Here's the boot, high, end over end. Boy, he's going to get this one right in the end zone, and they're going to call it dead right at that point. Klein fields it 1 yard into the end zone. Northampton takes over at their own 21st and 10.
When your momentum carries you back in, Bob, from the field of play inside that end zone, automatic, bring it out, touchback.
2 more weekends remaining in the regular season after this weekend goes by, and then the playoffs start. And as Dick said on the way down, 22 tonight. And then basketball will be here in no time flat. And we'll have a full schedule of games for you, and an exciting season culminating in the playoffs in late February and early March. Inside again, here is Northampton now seeing if they can test the Easton front. That is Opplinger. And John picks up about 4 yards.
Bobby, we don't have graphics tonight, so let's go with the Apgar Oil expected lineups. Northampton, you saw Craig Mishko, number 11 at quarterback. John Opplinger, 30. Jeff Pammer, 33, the running back. Billy Haight, 11, and Ed Crow, the 80, the wide receivers.
Tyler Longley is wide to the far side. Crow on this side. Here's a handoff. And Jeff Pammer is just trying to find some running room and won't get much. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, and possibly a gain of 1 at the 25-yard line, 3rd down and 4.
Up front for the kids, utilize one tight end, 86, Chris Gabrielic. 54, Travis Bishop. The left tackle, left guard, Frank Morano. Center, Justin Opplinger, only a soft, along with Morano, who's a soft. The right side, right guard, Matt France, number 50. And right tackle, 53, Dan Schaefer.
third down for Northampton. Back to pass. Bushko looking, firing over to Opplinger, incomplete at the 45-yard line. A lot of red shirts around John Opplinger. It will go as an incomplete pass, and Northampton quickly will punt it away.
And let quickly go after, while we watch the replay, little odd job right over the top. Good D. That defensive front by Easton, led by the two tackles, 45 Brandon McWilliams, 72 Lance Torres. The two defensive ends, George Bright, number 82, and John Swazo, number 88.
Hammer will stand back at the Northampton 15 on this fourth down punt. Josh Baltz at the 40 of Easton. Long count now, running the clock down here with the snap, and here's the boot. And a pretty decent one. Baltz will take it at the 45, drops it, comes to midfield, and is stacked up at the Northampton 45-yard line. And out of that, Easton will get, again, good field position to start once again.
Second punt of the night for Northampton. First one 36 yards. First one 38 yards. This one 36 yards.
In the Lehigh division of the Lehigh Valley Conference, Parkland, no surprise, and Emmaus tied at 5-2. Well, Emmaus probably a little bit of a surprise, and they share first place. Of course, the Parkland School District now on strike today, but they are playing football tonight, and for the foreseeable future, we'll see how long that dispute lasts. Here's a handoff inside, as again Easton goes right back to what got them there in the first place. Bad Pipparata picking up one.
Rovers offense, led by quarterback Luke Carlson. We had Neil Labuda, number 22, Brad Pipparata, 20, and as a wing or short back in their I formation, they've taken number 70, Jason Grower, from his tackle spot and bringing him up front.
The Grower family, of course, friends through relatives. We'll talk about that in a minute. Here's Carlson looking left, right. Hammer picks it off. 40, 50, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and dragged out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Huge defensive effort by Jeff Pammer.
You know what, Bob? It was a great call. Faked everything to right, came back to left, but he comes up real short. A little bit wobbly. Pammer in perfect position from the cornerback. He's going to take that interception and almost get to the end zone. Brad Pipparata, fast man to stop.
That's the end of quarter number 1. Northampton's knocking on the door, and they are at the 1-yard line of Easton. It's the Red Rovers 7, the Kids nothing. We'll be right back. A quarterback keeper. Originally, Pammer got hauled down at around the 1-yard line. They say he stepped out at the 5, and that's where Northampton took it first.
Look at this. Power sweep by your quarterback. Gets the turn, and in one play, offensively, Northampton goes for the point to tie.
Here comes the extra point. The boot is up, and it is good. 11:55 remaining, and it is now a tie score. Easton 7, Northampton 7, with Tyler McCandless adding the PAT. Huge play by Jeff Pammer defensively, and we will be back with more football action from Cottingham Stadium coming up in a moment.
Need heating oil now?
Just got married about a year ago, and Megan's husband Joe, this Mr. Growler is his cousin. Now, if you can understand that, that's good. I didn't, but anyway, here comes Northampton. They're going to boot this thing away. Number 41, Jordan Urbanchik, is going to boot it away. Here comes a kick, and they're going to blow it dead. I don't know, Dick, is this offsides or what? Yep. That's got to drive a coach a little bonkers, too, on the kickoff. You're offsides.
You settle those things in August.
Yeah.
Bob, the opportunity to finish that Rovers starting lineup offensively. Along the front, along the line, double tight end. Number 81, Chris Bishey. 82, George Bright. Both tight ends. There's the penalty. There's the offside.
Yeah.
2 tackles. Mike Apgar, number 77. Lance Torres, number 72. 79, Nick Burford, a right guard. Right tackle, and the center is Mike Easterday, number 55.
Lafayette plays Harvard tomorrow, or as they say, Harvard. And Lehigh has to rest after that tough game against St. Mary's, so they're on a bye week. 11:55 remaining in the first half from Easton High School, and we're knotted up in what we expect it to be a real barnyard fight, and it is. Here comes Urbanchik's kick to the sideline at the 30-yard line.
Good trail tackle.
Yep. Number 10 for Easton was Greg Gentile. And he brings it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where the Rovers will have it 1st and 10.
He took it on the far sideline, right near the out of bounds, and I think the return was set up the middle, so he came across field. I believe that was George Crow trailed the play and made the stop.
Jeff Pammer, I just mentioned earlier how well he plays defensively, and boy, how well he played defensively. Picking off that Carlson pass. Here's Easton now sticking with their ground game. They haven't done much up in the air tonight. And getting the ball is Neil Labuda. Going to pick up about less than a yard, so let's say no gain on the play.
Northampton attempting to counter. The Easton running game has now brought 8 people up in the box.
2nd down and 10. The rain continues to fall at about the same clip that it did before the game. We don't have any idea what the conditions are on the field. Here's a handoff to Baltz. Josh gets the call, and he's going to get hit by Pickle right at the line of scrimmage. May picked up a yard or 2 at best, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, one of the players we talked to Stevie Shifford about is number 2, Josh Baltz. Groin injury. I think it was very early in the year, and he's just picked up playing time. They love that flanker counter or wingback counter with him.
On WHOL tomorrow from 10 to 11, besides our friends from DeSales and Moravian College, Chuck Bednarik is going to be on. Look out. Here's Carlson coming to the near sideline. Winds up and fires. Caught at the 35-yard line. And going in for the touchdown is number 81 for Easton. And that is none other than Chris Bishey.
Whoa. What a job by Carlson. It's going to roll out. It's going to take a long time to develop. They play with one receiver here on the tight end. Tight end across. He's being trailed and knows he's in trouble, but somehow gets behind the defense and shucks a would-be tackler there and waltzes into the end zone. Chris Bishey. Leading receiver, Bobby. 19th catch, over 400 yards now.
Brendan Pickle will try to add the PAT. Snap, ball down, boot up. It's high and bullseye. 10:26 remaining first half. And now we've got a scoring contest going on as Easton leads Northampton 14-7.
That's just a good adjustment, Bobby. Probably from up here in the box. They said that we're not going to let Northampton load up. With an 8 and 9 man front, you got to go to the air. And go to the air he did. And right there, little straight arm, little slipping out of a tackle. And Bishey waltzes a big one into the end zone.
Over 60 yards, and again, Easton 1 out of 3 tonight up in the passing area. 1 for 3 for 65 yards. And for Northampton, 1 for 3 for no yards.
Well, we have the opportunity. Let's get over that Northampton defense. We didn't give you a shot to identify them. Nose guard Rick Presley, number 25. 2 ends. Chris Hall, 82. Justin Opplinger, 51. Oh, there's a friend.
Hey, why don't you take him home? Sir Reginald. Stretch, baby, stretch. I love that, Todd. If it's ever missing, you know who's going to have it. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. 4 linebackers playing for Northampton. Of course, they'll be in offense now. John Opplinger, Dan Parkovich, Jeff Pammer, and Dan Schaefer. 2 corners, Billy Hayton, Josh Harricle. And deep, the safeties. Free safety, 87, Jim Zoomer. Zuber, strong safety, 21, Devin Klein.
Takes all kinds at the games today anymore. Here's the boot, high end over end. Billy Haight will stand at the 2-yard line, come out to the 10, the 15, the 20, the 22-yard line, and bang, down he goes. And that's where Northampton will have it 1st and 10.
Pretty good defensive stick here. 1-on-1 open field tackle, not easy to make. Gages fights off a block, makes the stop practically all by himself. Number 48, Brian Jones.
One of the few times that Chris Puffick with us as executive director tonight, doing an outstanding job with a crew that's got to be a little bit chilly right about now. The camera folks, ladies and gentlemen, the whole bunch of people, our crew, we're just so proud of them. They do such a great job. Here is Mushko going back to pass, looking, trying to get straightened out, and boy, down he goes at the 15. And guess who's coming in again?
Zach Pizarro, number 33. Good hit here, just doesn't give up. Ooh,
wow.
Great game last time. Little help there. Got a double team in that tackle. Lance Torres, number 72. Little high-low.
That's a dangerous play, boy, when your knees get caught underneath you like that. Somebody hits you high and the other one hits you low and your knees bend backwards, and look out. Mushko at the 13-yard line now. Got to be careful. Handoff inside, and that's exactly what they're going to be. They'll settle for about a yard gain on the play. John Opplinger gets the call.
Zach Pizarro, number 33, the younger brother of last year's Matt Pizarro. The Rover captain, now at Lycoming.
I want to say hello to Mike Sidick and Kathy Sidick, friends of ours who watch RCN, just love our games. And nice to have you watching the game tonight, folks, in the friendly confines of your warm home at the 15-yard line. 3rd down and 15. Opplinger in motion. Mushko going to go back to pass. He's being chased. Winds up. Looks. Fires toward the sideline. Got Billy Haight at the 48-yard line. Did he get it in bounds? Yes. They're irate on the other side. Tico Johnson is just beside himself.
We'll watch it. We'll get a good look at it, Bobby. Here's the rollout. Opplinger picks up the charger.
Oh, wow. That was close. Well, it's going to go as just nothing more than an incomplete pass. And that would have been a huge play for Northampton. Would have gotten them up to midfield. As it is now, Josh Baltz is going to stand at midfield, waiting for Palmer's punt from the 5. 9 minutes to go, first half. And Easton now doing a couple of stunts at the line of scrimmage, and 10 people are going to be coming. Whoa, almost a bad pass. Our center here is a boot. It's high and short, and Baltz will call for a fair catch at the Northampton 40.
Yeah, Stevie Shepard telling us just love to get Baltz back. He does so many things. That hernia problem, had a lot of sitting out time last couple of weeks, coming around and tonight getting full action duty.
Senior 5'11", 175, Josh Baltz.
The flanker, tight end, slot man, plays a little bit of everything on offense and a lot on D, and also throws a pass, Bobby.
From the 42, Carlson will get his gang ready to go. Here's a handoff to Piperata. Gets 2 yards over right tackle, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Good D that time by the Northampton Concrete kids. Number 12, Billy Haight, says you're not going outside, forces to the middle, makes initial stop, good inside run support.
Basically, if Northampton were to lose this tonight, Dick, that would be their 3rd loss of the year, and very conceivably could just about eliminate them from playoff competition, because you can't afford to lose 3 or more and expect to be in the playoffs. And here comes probably a procedure call against Easton. At the end of tonight, if Easton were to win, they'd be in pretty good shape. Freedom, of course, is a big game against Beckenamar. That one I'd love to see. And, of course, Parkland and Emmaus over in that Lehigh division.
Played 16 minutes now, only 2 penalties in the game. 2 5-yard procedure penalties against the Rovers. Boy, everybody jumped on that one.
I'd like to say hello to Anthony Bianco from Easton. Young man is, what do they call that? Karate. Oh, Opplinger comes in and just absolutely waxes Carlson back at the 45-yard line.
Opplinger coming that time from the linebacking spot. It was a double pump fake by Carlson. He just didn't have the time. Started to roll out to his left, but Opplinger trailed and tackled.
I was going to say Anthony Bianco has a black belt in karate at the age of 13. Is that good or what? Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Opplinger just came full speed. Nobody blocked him, and he took Carlson. Rain continues to fall. Of course, Debbie, his mother, Terry, his dad, always watches RCN, watches the talk shows and the games. Back to pass. Carlson looks, whoop, and he lost that one. And the question is, was it a fumble or was it a pass? And Glenn Rispiller said he was coming forward. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, Glenn gave the signal early, so there'll be no controversy on that one. Let's watch his arm. Roll to his right, drop back, simply lost it in the process of throwing.
Palmer will go back to the 15-yard line waiting for this fourth down punt.
First punt of the game for Easton.
Snap, boot. Oh, man, high, still upstairs. Finally bounces at the 20, comes back to the 28. And that's where Easton will down it 1st and 10 for the Concrete Kids.
Yeah, that height and rollback body is going to hurt him a little bit. We're talking about, what, 42, 8, 31 yards.
Josh Hinkle still leading all quarterbacks in the Lehigh Valley Conference. #1 from Central Catholic, 1,124 passing yards with 8 touchdowns. And of course, Dan Persa, a young quarterback, freshman from Liberty, really looking outstanding this year. And Alex Atia from Dareth, 6'4", 200-pound freshman. There is Palmer getting some running room. Crosses the 30, 35, still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. 40 comes back to the middle of the field. 45 comes to the near sideline. Still evading tacklers. 50, 45, 40, 35, 32-yard line. Wow.
Let's see, what do we get there?
About 37 yards, I would say, Coach.
They ran 75, get 37. It's not bad, I'll take it. Pretty good running here. Using a lot of that timing play in the back, opposite direction. Breaks one there, now cuts it back. He's going to pick up some blockers here. There's the parallel run. Another straight arm. One man to beat. Touchdown saving tackle. I believe it was number 49 for the Rovers. Brian Jones.
Second first down for Northampton. Palmer is in motion now. Here's a pitch out. Palmer's going to get the ball. Now he stops, and that was his downfall as the Rovers come in quickly, close the gap, and knock him down at about the 38-yard line, and it's going to be a loss of about 2.
Probably a little winded there. Mushko this time from the option, same formation, same set, same motion by Palmer.
.547 remaining in the first half from Easton tonight. RCN4 bringing you this game exclusively live. Here is Mushko, fires over the middle to Opplinger. Touchdown, Northampton.
What a touch. I mean, a great catch. He ran under it and it was wide open, but what a touch by Mushko. Again, it's the motion, Bobby. There's Palmer, the little look. Holds Easton, and yet Opplinger going straight down, and he simply beats the defense, and Mushko lays it in there. We have ourselves a ball game.
We sure do. First Easton, and then Northampton counters. Easton comes back with a touchdown, and now Northampton answers this one. And the extra point will be kicked by Tyler McCandless. There's the boot. It's up, and it is not good.
Off to the left.
That's important, Coach.
And big.
Or could be. So 5.5 minutes remaining in the first half, and the Red Rovers lead Northampton by 1, 14 to 13.
2 big plays in that drive for the well, 3. A short punt helped them with pretty good field position. Then you had Palmer on the 37-yarder, which he ran all over the place, reversed his field. And now the TD pass to Mushko, Opplinger right down the middle.
All the stats are just about equal thus far in the first half. Rushing yardage, passing yardage, first downs. Both of these teams just tugging and pulling at each other.
By the way, we never had the opportunity, Bobby, so since we do, let's get the officials in there. The big boss, Glenn Ressmiller, the referee. Umpires Tom Partridge, lineman is Jim Litz. The line judge, Franny Felchuk, and the back judge, Joe Gerchuk.
Thank you for the hat.
I
got a little, what do you call these hats? A little like a French...
I know only Dukes wear them though.
Oh, I'm
Boy,
the Duke.
I tell you, I'm glad I had that tailor made for you.
I'm not a, what it was made for what? A Duke? I thought I was a king. Well, anyway, here is the boot. High end over end. Going to be taken on the far sideline as Easton will bring it into play now. And coming out to the 35-yard line for Easton, number 12, and that would be Chris Florney.
Very, very nice run back. Bobby, he ran it and did not get touched until he hit the 30. Pretty good blocking up front by the Rovers. Watch this. And there's the stop. First man that touched him.
First down at the Easton 36-yard line. Only 1 point separates these two football teams. That missed extra point could loom large later on. Getting straight ahead is Brad Pepperata, and the ball comes free at midfield. The white team saying, hey, that's ours, and the umpire looks at it and says, you got it. Northampton recovers a fumble.
Boy, and a great play for the Rovers, too. Came with a split box that time. Right up the gut. Little trap block inside. Good yardage by Pip. Ball bounces out. Kid's right there to recover. Let's see if we get the guy on this. There's the pull block. 12, Billy Haight.
Billy Haight. You won't see Brad Pepperata coughing up the football very often. But that time he did, and Northampton now has an opportunity with approaching the 5-minute mark of the first half to maybe get something. Three-step drop across the field, and it's intercepted by number 24. That would be Dominique Price. He's going to go down the sideline. 10-5, touchdown Easton.
What a back and forth. Drive, fumble, repossession, interception. And we have seen 2 interceptions. This one goes 49 for a touchdown, Bobby. The other one went 59.
Yeah, and the intended receiver, if we could pick him up, simply fell, and that's why he left Dominique Price wide open to pick that thing off and take it in for the touchdown. So Jeff Pammer takes one for Northampton and picks off a Carlson pass, and Dominique Price says, I'll pay you right back, and takes a Mushko pass for the touchdown. Here is the boot. It's up, and boy, this one's going to go way out in William Penn Highway. It's plenty good, and with 5:05 remaining in the first half, it's now Easton 21, Northampton 13.
I don't know if we expected this much. Expect a little bit of rock'em sock'em on defense, but turnovers and big play turnovers. Both interceptions tonight, Bobby, pretty similar. There, the offensive man fell down, made it easy for the D to pick off and go. The other one, vastly underthrown.
Boy, Price is quick as a cat and just...
Price was priceless. Peerless Price. That's the guy,
There you
the
go.
pro receiver.
Rain on a football night, bad. Passing, good. Intercepting a pass from the quarterback, priceless. Love it. And there's Brendan Pickle is going to boot this thing away. Now let's see how Northampton's able to answer the call again, Dick, as Billy Haight will stand at the 5 along with his partner Jeff Pammer on the other side. Both kickers trying to keep it away from certain people because they know that on a slippery night like this, tackling is a bit difficult now in the open field. High end over end. Haight's going to take it at the 5. To the 10, to the 15. Breaks 2 tackles to the 20. Here comes a flag.
Flag in the area, then one of those illegal blocks probably. We'll see. That's a good job by the kickoff man. Put it to the side where he was most unprotected.
Well, It's going to be a hold against Northampton, and they're going to march this one back.
See that, Bobby? On a close hash mark. And Easton pouring down on defense with 3 men to cover.
Talk tomorrow on WHOL from 10 to 11 at about 10:30 a.m. Charles Chuck Bednarik will be talking about the Eagles-Giants matchup coming up Sunday in New York.
Concrete Charlie.
Yeah, never lost for words.
Last of the 60-minute men.
We'll be talking with John Brazier of the Phillies in about 2 more weeks or so. He is in charge of closing down the bet. Here is Pammer getting the call, and Jeff doesn't get much of anything, maybe a yard or so. 2nd down and 9.
You often hear that term, swarming defense, Bobby. Well, you saw it there. About 7 Rover jerseys in on that stop. Northampton game plan, let's get outside. Let's utilize the Pammer speed, the Opplinger strength, the Haight specialties. Let's get outside, and so far the Rovers have been able to hold.
Speaking of strength, I think one of Tico Johnson's strengths, Dick, is the ability to change at halftime and make adjustments. Here is Carl Bushko going to go back. He's looking for Eddie Crow, and incomplete at the 40. Just a little bit overthrown. On the defensive effort for Easton is Greg Gentile.
Saw this developing, Bobby, on the last play. He's getting man-to-man coverage, and they are looking for the mismatch. What mismatch? Inches. Greg Gentile listed at 5'10", Eddie Crow at 6'5".
3rd down and 9 for Northampton at their own 12. And this is a very big play for the kids, because if they don't capitalize and get a 1st down, they're going to have to give it to Easton again and give the Rovers another chance to score some more points before halftime.
I think this is where Mushko excels. Little screen.
Mushko gets it outside, and it's a completed pass up to about the 25-yard line. Officials in their way. Opplinger.
That was that naked screen. Let that line filter and get it to the outside instead of the middle. Mushko real good in the gun.
So it's going to bring up a 4th down, and Baltz will stand at the Northampton 45, so you know Easton's going to have great field position once again as Pammer stands back at his own 2-yard line to punt this away.
Good stop there by 25, Terrence McRae, knocking Opplinger out of bounds.
Look at the Easton defense now. You know they're coming. Oh, they end over end, going to drive Baltz back to the Easton 47. He crosses midfield, comes to the Northampton 45, 40, still on his feet, 35, 30, 25, 20, still on his feet, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Easton.
You'll have 9 reruns on that, Bobby. Best individual effort I've seen this year. He's tackled 8 times.
That's film clip time, Coach. Wow, let's watch it.
How does he get out of that? How does he get out of that?
2, 3, 4. Well, Josh Baltz just drove the nail in the heart of the Concrete Kids with a huge 55-yard return of a punt. And Pickle's going to pickle this one out of the stadium. And with 3:46 remaining in the 1st half, the Rovers have come alive and now lead Northampton by a score of 28-13.
I don't know. Usually on special team, you give some award to the defense, Bob, but here it's all offense as the ball is exchanging hands. We'd have an interception run back inside the 5. We had an interception run back for a touchdown, and now you have a punt return coming up for a touchdown. What an effort. Well, Northampton didn't lock up, Bobby. A lot of those were swinging arm, and watch this one at the end. It's tried to body block tackle.
Wow.
What did Stevie say? Yeah, I missed him a little bit. All round, Josh Baltz.
There's Mr. Schiffer. Having a little chat, the side judge. Everybody's happy tonight in Easton as the Rovers don't forget on our show tomorrow, we'll recap the the scores of Friday night's games and our pick that we made last week about those Friday night games.
By the way, I want you to get your average better. You know how you do it? Just pick the site, of the home team. You'll be right every time. All you got to do is look at the paper, come out and say so-and-so's entertaining so-and-so. And you're right. You got the home team right.
It's not a bad idea. I am now something like 66 out of 92, but tomorrow we may improve a little bit. Picked Easton here tonight, but not by much. Here is Pammer. 10, 15, 20, 22-yard line, and down he goes.
Well, I like Pickle kicking off there, and he doesn't allow them, to put it straight and deep. He always sort of isolates.
Then a week from tomorrow, Dick and I have Penn Argyl Wilson. And then a week later, we go up to what I call the Second Mile High Stadium in Penn Argyl. And
Tailgate.
We get fed. Oh. They're like Notre Dame, boy. They put a layout out. The whole town comes to the game. That'll be great. Love that food. Opplinger in motion.
Trap.
Oh, hand off to Pammer. Cuts across the 30-yard line, still on his feet to the 37. He'll pick up 12, and that's a first down.
Yeah, number 88 out front for Northampton, Justin Mickley. And Pammer just in the door. I want to go inside or outside. Watch this. There's the inside handoff. Now, where am I going to follow my blocker, inside or outside? Good counteraction by the kids.
Well, a touchdown here, or a couple of points here, get this thing a little bit closer. And if they do score 7, Northampton is right back in this. Crow and Billy Haight are wide to the near sideline. Pammer's in motion. And Jeff is going to get the football and nothing else.
Strictly a timing play. Rovers do not fall for the Mushko Theatrics inside on the fake. Follow Pammer in motion, able to drag him down.
We're under 3 minutes and counting in the first half. Easton has bowled it out to a 28-13 play thanks to some great defensive efforts and a punt return of 55 yards by Josh Baltz. Dominique Price picked off a Mushko pass, and he scored on a touchdown, so Easton looking pretty good at this point.
Easton going into their nickel package, just bring a 5th defensive back in.
Pammer, fake to Pammer. Mushko keeps it, crosses the 40. 45, comes out to the 48-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
That's another area in which Mushko excels. A quarterback has a split-second bomb to make that decision. We're going to pass, or we're going to tuck it and run. Well, he chooses the correct one via the ground, and the result is a first down.
2.5 minutes to go, and now I think Mushko's going to have to put it up. Eddie Crow is wide to the far sideline. Opplinger on the wing. Mushko up over center. Hammers in motion. Everybody doing something. Here comes Easton. Mushko, sideline, winds up, fires to Crow, incomplete.
By eluding that nose guard rush, nose tackle rush, he has the time to set up. Eddie Crow has not had sure footing here tonight, Bob. Get a good look at the 6'5" receiver there. He's a story. I guess went Northampton and to New York, and then transferred back to Northampton.
It was driving me nuts last night watching that baseball game. Then the players up with that, with those gloves.
Yes. Oh,
I mean, how often can you adjust a glove? That Garcia Parra must have did it 500 times. Here's a pitch out to Opplinger. John's going to cross midfield and get to the Easton 45 for a pickup of 5.
That was his hint to bride-to-be Mia Hine.
Well, I have plenty of time to think about Christmas and the holidays, the Boston Red Sox giving it all their all. But as my dad said last night when I called him, he went to bed in the bottom of the 10th, or the beginning of the top of the 11th somewhere. He said I couldn't stay up anymore. He said, but you know, I just knew that sooner or later, it's one of those Yankees, and they all can do it, would put one out of the ballpark, and it happened.
See, I don't know. They're very quiet and accept the statements. I don't know. What if it goes the other way?
I was going to say, how quiet would you be if I said, go Red Sox, great victory. Boy, they got to be heartbroken in Boston. And you talk about the Cubs, huh?
Oh,
frustration, Dick. Year after year after year. When you look at our stats of the Yankees winning 26 World Championships and the Red Sox 4.
How about they played 26 games this year, Yankees and Red Sox. 14-12, ended up 30 games. That's awful. I mean, played 170 games and that many against your lead opponent.
Yeah. Sometimes I think that way. It seems like I'm always playing Montreal. Who knows what makes the schedule makers do what they do. All right, here we go. 3rd down and 5 now for Mushko at the Easton 47-yard line. Needs a big play. Pump fake. Fires to Crow. Intercepted by Easton. Another turnover. Coming up was Greg Gentile, and he picked up that errant pass and was put down at the 50-yard line, and that kills the Northampton drive.
One play I saw coming, Bobby. They're going to, with motion, they're going to have quads left. There's the 2 deflections. Defender alertly gets the hand on the ball. Another interception.
Well, the rain certainly hasn't bothered Easton tonight. And it has, again, been raining for at least an hour and 15 minutes now. A steady downpour. And Luke Carlson just cool as a cucumber. Back to pass. That's the first slip I saw. He crosses the 45 and down he goes.
Easton, pretty good field position. They're in that 50-yard line. 1:34 to go. See how they want to play this. Play some more offensive football or go in satisfied with a 2-touchdown lead.
Next, Notre Dame Fighting Irish tomorrow play host to the Trojans of Southern Cal. Talk about getting a beating. Well, you never know, but you never know. Hand off inside. Pipparata, Brad crosses the 45 and gets a first down. Picks up 7 more yards.
Stick to the ground while looking at the clock, approaching the 1-minute mark. Don't forget, you got that big leg of Brendan Pickle.
And he can boot it too.
You bet. No appreciable wind either, Bobby.
Everything, long field goal attempts in high school really excite people. And I'd like to see if they don't get a first down here, let him try a 50-yarder.
Split backs, pass formation. They go with a quick pitch instead.
Labuda gets it across the 45 and maybe gets a yard for his troubles. And we're down to 40 seconds remaining.
Well defended by the kids. Number 9, Josh Harrickle. One of the first hits defensively.
Do not be fooled. Northampton will come out full of you-know-what in vinegar in the second half, and they're going to be ready to go after Easton because Tico Johnson is just that kind of coach. He demands a lot, expects a lot. And the kids love it because they like to win. Here's a handoff inside. Pipparata again across the 40, breaks to the outside. 35, 30, 28-yard line, and that's another first down.
Calls immediate timeout out there. Josh Baltz heads up right into the official, calls the timeout, and we're going to see probably little trap. Field goal attempt here would fit the Rovers nicely.
Ball will be at the 27, which will make it 37-yard field goal, right?
44. 27 plus 10 plus 7, right?
Oh, well, yeah, the attempt would be, I think, but they drive me nuts. It's from the line of scrimmage, right, Coach?
All right.
I'm going 44. What's the matter with my math? You're going to walk back home tonight.
I know. No, hitchhike. Oh, let's watch a little
Whoops.
post action up front.
7 seconds remaining in the first half. Thinking ahead to high school basketball, or haven't given much thought to it at this point yet.
Yeah, shopping around, picking out some teams, trying to get a statewide picture already, Bobby, and telling me some pretty good 4A teams around this year.
Carlson will stand back at the 35-yard line of Northampton. He's going to be chased by Opplinger, and Opplinger is going to get himself a big-time sack at the 45, and that is going to end the first half.
And what happened to our field goal?
No luck at the end of the first half. Easton 28, Northampton 13. We'll be back with our halftime show in a moment.
Some pretty stiff competition. Becca at home, Nazareth away, then East Stroudsburg South, the Mountain Valley Conference top contender right now, and then of course they're traditional with Catasauqua, whom they play at home on Thanksgiving.
It won't be long. The district playoffs will start formulating a little bit, and you'll be able to get a good idea who will play whom. At the 35-yard line now, it's first down and 10 for Easton, on top by 2 touchdowns. And off to Piperata. Brad goes straight ahead and is met right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
In the opening coin toss, Northampton won, selected to receive immediately, so it's Easton ball to begin the second half. See a little blackboard right there, Bob. 2nd and 9. You know, it's had that extra 5 minutes in preparation. The halftime was extended.
In motion is Labuda from right to left. Ovid Goldburn has not played at all tonight. Here's the handoff inside. Piperata goes straight ahead, and he has consistently all night long. He's just challenged that defensive line, and he picks up about 3, 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, when 2 backs go in motion, when the 2 backs in the backfield and one goes in motion, you obviously look to the other back or the straight drop back and possible screen or hitch pass.
Josh Baltz is wide to the near sideline. Chris Bishie is wide to the far sideline. Labuda is in motion now from left to right as Carlson gets the ball, turns around, looks downfield, can't find anybody. Now he does, now he doesn't. And he comes to the near side and is being chased, and now he's going to air it out and throw it to Baltz. It's completed but out of bounds, so it'll be an incomplete pass.
Yeah, just too much Northampton trailing on defense here for Carlson to get any time to sit. First of all, he's going to avoid a Pammer rush right there. Now he's going to outrun a couple of linemen. Now stops, never had the time to set up, throws off the wrong foot, out of bounds.
4th down, and Easton will have to give it away as Pammer steps back to the 30-yard line, waiting for this pickle punt. Say that 5 times real quick.
6'5" Eddie Crow coming on the rush.
25-yard line. Oh, high spiral, not long. It's going to bounce at the 40 and come back to the 45, and Easton will down it there, and that's where Northampton takes over 1st and 10.
So out of the blackboard at halftime, kids hold defensively and get pretty good field position at the 45. Let's see if they go back to a lot of that motion stuff.
Well, let's see what happened at halftime in that Northampton locker room and what Tico Johnson had to say to his team and what changes they're going to make here in the second half.
All right, I'm going to put a coach's question on you, Bobby. Which team would make the most changes at halftime?
Which team in
Yep.
the Lehigh Valley Conference?
No, in these two, this game tonight.
Oh, probably Easton.
Oh, look at that rush.
Yeah. Pass rush just takes Craig Mushko off his feet back at the 30, and boy, they're going to be set back a 15-yard loss. Oh, I would think, well, I don't know. I said before the game how Tico has made some changes the 3 games I've seen Northampton this year, but Steve Shifford is...
Yeah, they're simply down.
Yeah.
You know, the team that's down usually, unfortunately, when you're up a lot of times you get satisfied.
This will be 2nd and 25 now at the 31-yard line. Mushko looking over that 4-man front. It's caused him a lot of nightmares tonight, and he's going to get sacked again back at the 25 now, and Easton's just starting to tee off, and they know that Mushko has his back to the wall. He's got to do something special. 3rd down.
I said previously, I like Mushko from the gun. A little crowded in there, especially, look at Greller. I mean, you're talking 255 there, and a 3-year veteran. When he gets in the gun, I think he just becomes more fleet, more maneuverable. They're in the gun.
3rd down and 30. Justin Mickley wide to the near sideline out of the shotgun. Mushko will stand at the 20, and Easton showing blitz. Back to pass. He's going to be dogged. He's going to try to outrun the defenders. Goes to the sideline. Throws down to Crow. Incomplete at the 45, and Northampton will have to punt it away.
Yeah, Mushko that time had big yardage down the sideline if he wants it, but big, not big enough here because they had a 30 yards to make up.
So Palmer will go back to his 15-yard line and punt this thing away, and Josh Ball says, give me another shot at it. He'll stand back at the Easton 45. There he is.
Now I think it's getting wet, Bobby. You can't see the quarterbacks get the hold they need on the rollout action.
Well, this rain would have to take some kind of effect after almost 3 hours. Here is the boot, fairly decent one. Balls takes it on the fly at the 40, 45, 50, and that's where he goes down. 1st and 10, Red Rovers.
Certainly another quality that has been added to the Rovers is Ball's sure-handedness. You know, it's pretty slippery, pretty wet out there, and he's handled the ball flawlessly.
Well, hopefully this rain will blow itself out tonight and get out of here, because tomorrow afternoon we got a date in Wilson, just a couple blocks from here, as Penn Argyl comes into town. Those two teams are really hurting this year at 2 and 5. I don't remember the last time a Penn Argyl-Wilson game that they came into that game at both 2 and 5 records. Here is Pepperata going across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Pick up a 4, 2nd down and 6.
Good call. Everything to the Easton's right. Power offense, include the man in motion. And they break 4, but they don't get the big play. Ooh, Hopplinger comes up hobbled.
Good hot cup of coffee would go well right now, right?
Donnie Roan says, hey, it's getting too close to, we need you in the locker room there. Another state championship in wrestling, Mr. Hopplinger.
2nd down. Bishy in motion from right to left. Fumble at the line of scrimmage. Pile up. Let's see who's got it. Officials now trying to unpile everybody. They're still obviously fighting for the ball. Northampton's got it at their own 48-yard line.
Carlson was in on it after the fumble, but I think he just got squished out of the way. You see the loose ball. Boy, that is a crowd.
Well, the weather just gets progressively worse from here on in. It's not going to get better as we, not only tonight, but certainly for the rest of the season, Dick. And we go into that cold November nights when we're going to be out covering games. District playoffs on the way to the state championship weekend in Hershey the first week in December, first weekend.
In motion on quads right again.
Palmer gets the pitch out from Mushko, trying to get around right end, breaks one tackle, gets to the 45, to the 41-yard line of Easton, very close to a Northampton 1st down.
See, when you get that formation, you're lined up with 3 wide receivers on the right, and they're all angle blocking toward the middle. So you count on Palmer's speed here on the pitch, and it treats the kids pretty well.
RCN 4 with exclusive coverage. Nobody else here tonight but us. When you got the big games, you got the best TV station to do it. Simple as that.
What a measure here, Bobby.
Going to be short, I think.
I think you're right.
Yep. Ball at the 41-yard line, so it's going to bring up a 2nd and about the length of the football.
Good to see Glenn Rismore didn't have just Dodger blue in his eye that time. He was able to spot correctly. Boy, he is Dodger diehard.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, he thinks Tommy Lasorda is the 2nd in command in the Vatican.
Where is Tommy Lasorda? Ed Crow is wide to the near sideline.
He's eating pasta in Norristown.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. Hand off inside, and that'll be a 1st down as Opplinger picks up some decent yardage inside the Easton 40 to the 35-yard line. 1st down, Northampton.
One of the questions asked of me, I mentioned it briefly very early in the game, who has the best backfield offensive duo? Is it a combination of Opplinger and Palmer, or is it a combination of Goulburn and Pipparata?
And the answer is?
Well, with Goulburn absent, a little bit difficult to answer tonight.
Okay. First down and 10. We'll have the Kraus trivia question of the night. It's a good one that Dick picked out. Here is Mushko on the carry, and he'll pick up maybe 2 yards. So let's go to our Kraus trivia question of the evening, and here's the coach.
Tough to pick out a year, Bobby, but we're going to ask for the year on the trivia question. What great Easton team in what year ended up 9-0, undefeated, and, how about this one, unscored upon, 279 points to 0
Wow.
for the opponent?
Anybody in Easton know the answer to that?
Well, everybody in Easton knows the answer to that.
Opplinger on the wing. Ed Crow far to the near sideline. Here's a little flare pass out to Pammer, and he gets to the 33-yard line, and the ball came loose, but it was caused by the ground. Whatever happened in the old days, Dick, when there was no such thing as the ground caused the fumble? You caused the fumble.
Go nail someone. There you see it again. Pull a couple guys to lead, and again the angle block that they're looking for, trying to isolate on that side, especially with the speed of the Panther.
28-13 if you just joined us. We're live here on Friday night in Easton at Cottingham, the day after the big game. There a couple people came up to us bleary-eyed from either being in New York last night or just watching it. Here is Mushko back to pass. Look out, cross the middle, and it's caught, and Opplinger has it. 10-5, touchdown Northampton.
Boy,
and the kids are back in it.
Flag at the 45,
Oh, man.
35.
Oh, man.
You got a hold.
It's against the kids, and it will come back. And Tico Johnson standing on the far side said, what, are you kidding me or what? Oh, wow.
Boy, that play has treated them well. This went for a touchdown in the first half. The motion, check off, and throw straight down the middle.
Nice.
That was lofted to Opplinger in the first time. This ball's a little late coming over to cover. See, everybody was wary of Pammer because they made him utilize that motion so much.
Third down and 20 instead of a touchdown. What kind of deal is that? Well, Northampton's got to tighten the chin straps and say, okay, let's go back and get it again.
Watch him go in motion. Watch Pammer in motion now.
And he's going to get the
There's the
football. He
halfback
may pass. Yep, there he is. Winds up, throws to the sideline. Incomplete and almost intercepted. Intended for Ed Crow at the 20.
We talked about plays in a sequence with another flag down. This one at about the 46. Pass was underthrown. We talk about a sequence play. And the next play would be the same thing, setting up. Want to go against kids also. Another play would be the quarterback, the pass back to the quarterback, Mushko. They've used that one with success.
The Eagle block below the waist against Northampton.
Going to be refused.
Yeah, it's now third and at least 20. And it's going to be fourth down as soon as they turn the sticks. I don't know what this is about. Glenn's talking to somebody on the sideline, but the side yard markers is third down, but it's got to be fourth.
In 45. No, 25.
Baltz will stand back at his 10. Here comes Pammer's boot. Oh, pretty good. High spiral, going to hit at the 10 and roll out of bounds. So Northampton unable to capitalize. They did score a touchdown called back. And that certainly breaks your heart. Instead of being 28-20, it's now 28-13.
But Easton will start in a big hole. And why do people remember that year, Bob, of the trivia question? Because it's the 100th year, 1903. I was a junior in high school at the time, and I remember reading about that Easton team. I thought I'd say that before you did.
1903. And off inside, Pipparat again. Low to the ground, gets out to the 22-yard line. This guy isn't very big, Dick, but boy, he could run the football, can he?
And speaking of big, The heaviest man on the 1903 squad, Bob, was 156 pounds. How football has changed over the years, huh? 156 was, excuse me, was the average. The heaviest was 184.
How do you know these things?
I just make them up. What does Bill Stern always say? Some fact, some fiction. Some fact, some fiction, but also very interesting.
Very good. Well, you had me convinced.
No, that's true. That's true.
Okay.
That is true.
Here's a handoff again to Pipparata. Brandon tries the left side this time.
And the guy who weighed 184 was the captain. He was the biggest. No one argued with him.
You must have been in that class of 1903. You knew all these guys by their first names, know how much they weighed. As the rain continues to fall here with 4:20 remaining in the third quarter, it's 28-13, and Northampton not out of this yet. Had they scored that touchdown, it would have been a very interesting situation for the kids.
I no longer read Crime and Punishment and Catcher in the Rye. I'm now up to stats.
Your life has taken a massive change. Handoff inside. Pipparata right at the line of scrimmage, nothing at the 25. Easton now seemingly content to continue to do what they did early on when they had 14 running plays in a row, and look at that rain. Now you know why they're not throwing the ball too much. Seems that it's actually gotten a little bit heavier. And these young people just go out there and just do what they have to do. Northampton showing blitz again. Here is a handoff to Baltz. Josh over the left side, breaks a tackle at the 30, 35-yard line, 37, and that should get him a first down.
We're going to dub him Mr. Versatility. At times from the flanker spot. Comes back on the counter, follows a good block, hole up the middle.
Boy, Steve Schiffert's got to be so pleased with this football team. He's got Goulburn and Pipparata as his two running backs who just terrorized the opponents. And then when somebody gets hurt, he'll bring in the Labuda and Baltz, and he just switches and swaps, and everybody contributes.
And added the passing game.
And Pipparata again. This time avoiding one tackle, but he can't avoid the second one, and he's dropped back at the 34-yard line for a 4-yard loss.
Gets away from the initial hit, but simply goes parallel and is pulled down for that loss.
I want to thank the Easton Athletic Office for just being very, very cordial and very warm to Dick and I coming here tonight. And the whole athletic department, Steve Schiffert, of course, the head football coach, and his staff. Steve Schiffert is in his 11th year here with 78 wins under his belt versus 45 losses. Here is Carlson going back.
Oh, look at that. Is he open?
Throws to the sideline, incomplete. It was intended for Chris Bishie at the 40, incomplete.
Bishie was open by a country mile. Just couldn't get it to him. Bishie, real good stats coming in. 18 receptions, now over 400 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Director of Athletics is James Pokrazak. Thank you, Jim, to you and your staff.
See what he said, though. Surround myself with real great people.
Hey, isn't that the name of the game? That's a smart man for you. George President Bush has done that, and well, we know the rest. Here's Labuda in motion. Handoff inside, straight ahead. Pipparata breaks a tackle. 45-50. He'll just outrun the defense. 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Easton.
Know what set it up, Bobby? The concrete kit defense. Caught him with 9 men up front. When you have that many up front, watch this. Break the line of scrimmage, you're home free. Got a pancake on one of the linebackers, and then it becomes a foot race.
Josh Harrico from Northampton never gave up number 9.
Well, he stays with him.
Yeah. Beat him by a step. Less than 2 minutes to go now, third quarter, and Easton's starting to pad this thing. It's 34-13, and Pickett will make it 35. It's up, and it's good. So the Red Rovers now moving out in front by 3 touchdown lead, and then some. And there's all the numbers you need to know.
Talk about that very, very good running back tandem. Of course, Goldberg sitting out tonight. Last year alone, that running back tandem, best in the Valley. 1,948 yards rushing, 19 TDs between them. Goldberg at 956 last year, and Pip just missed it at 992.
Well, our RCN crack crew, the A-team, is at Harvard tonight, Harvard, and they are. I wonder what they're doing in.
Not in the Commons, I know that.
Nobody's getting an education. Well, they may be in some respects.
Swimming in the St. Charles River, huh?
Oh boy, and Mr. Laubach leading that group. Oh boy. Way to go, Gare.
You get an Irishman like John Leone up there yet. Wow.
Pickles boot.
Look at that isolation again, Bobby.
Pammer.
Oh, he takes it straight up.
20 down the sideline. 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet, but he stepped out of bounds.
They have not been allowing that middle wedge to form. They've been kicking it to the outside, and that time Pammer, probably on his own, said, hey, I'm strictly going daylight. So he doesn't look for the blockers, simply takes it up straight on a sprint and gets pretty good field position.
Since you're good at math and English and almost everything else that you do, what about, where is Harvard for those people that are...
Cambridge, man.
So it's not, I think I may have said Boston. It's not Boston, it's Cambridge.
Well, everything in Mass. You got Boston, including Cheers.
It's probably where they are tonight. Pammer in motion,
that counter
to Opplinger. And Jeff for about 2 yards.
Tico Johnson plays a lot of sequential football, Bob. Sets things up and goes against the norm sometimes. And I like it. With their personnel and their athletic abilities, they try to outdo what the defense is thinking.
I thought Tim McClellan, the umpire last night, calling based on ball, big guy. You talk about Tico Johnson. Boy, he stands there like a statue behind those catchers. Did an outstanding job.
Announcers hate him. They that delayed call.
Yeah, he does. Here is Bushko to the sideline, looking downfield. Ooh, takes a hit at the 45. Somebody really submarine them. Craig saying, boy, a lot for very little. Watch this.
Boy, that's good discipline defense.
44 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Todd Kresge from an outside linebacker spot played man-to-man coverage. Did not bite, did not come up.
3rd and 5, and Northampton needs a score now to stay in this game. Back to pass, Bushko. Pretty decent protection. Downfield, fires, and it is caught. The question is, did he catch it in bounds? Guys? Yes, no, maybe. Well, apparently it's 4th down, and that's my only gripe once in a while is when they don't show, like in the NFL, they'll show with the hands. He brought it in. It's a completed pass. It's not a completed pass. But the sideline things, you just don't stand there and not make any kind of call. 4th down, back at the 30-yard line for this Pammer punt. Ball bounces in front of Baltz at the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Baltz had a decision there. Catch down it. Don't allow any yardage on the bounce, and he decides just going to back away. Let it go out of bounds.
These young people at Easton in front of us from the band, a huge band.
Yeah, 224 pieces, I think I heard him say.
Yeah, some of these bands today, like Liberty, 260, I mean, holy smokes. But they stand out there, they're soaking wet, their hair is wet, they don't care. What the heck?
Well, the umbrella's obsolete now, Bob. It truly is.
You're right. How many times have you seen an umbrella today? Here's a handoff inside to Piperata, and Brad goes right to the line of scrimmage and not much more.
Find that same play. Little dive action with pull blocking. That's going to be the quarter.
That's it. Third quarter ends, and there is the score. Easton 35, Northampton 13. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in a moment. We are back here at Cottingham Stadium, fourth quarter opening up as Easton has the football. Pipperata straight ahead across the 28-yard line. I'd love to find out how many yards he has tonight, but boy, he's just churned up a ton of them.
Brad Pipperata, the focal point in that running attack.
Third down and 1. Pipperata's number 20, short sleeves. Doesn't mind this weather at all. Waltz is wide to the near sideline. Bishy to the far side. Pipperata the setback. And Luke Carlson, the quarterback. Handoff inside, and he may not have gotten that first down. Good stick by the Northampton defense as Pipperata was stopped at the line of scrimmage. He'll bring up fourth down and about the length of a football.
And Northampton showed blitz. Came a little stunt inside and just stunned it right into the hole.
Look at those young people. Oblivious to everything that's going on. Pickle will stand back at the 15 and punt it away. And Pammer will take it in at around the 40-yard line of Northampton. Pickle's punt. Nice spiral high up in the night air. Pammer's got it at the 40. 45, breaks the tackle, 50, 45, 43-yard line. Good field position for Northampton. They'll have a first and 10.
So remember, Pammer at 205, a mixture of speed and power. And he's down on the tackle.
Yeah, he's played his heart out tonight.
On the run. Shows his versatility there.
Oh.
A hurdle chain.
Oh. Ouch, I felt that one up here. Apparently he's okay. First down 10 for Northampton. And we will come right back with our group tomorrow. Best technical group in local television. I always say that. And it probably sounds old hat to everybody, but the fact of the matter is, when you are the best, and when you know people are the best, you proclaim them as such, and they are. And the others would just like to be. It's like a horse race, you know. If you're anything other than number one, the view's always the same. Here is Opplinger across the 40, 35, 30, 32-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the kids.
That little counter, get those defense to react and lean just a bit. And then you get that good angle block. Good job up front by the kids. Good running by Opplinger. A good field position, good first down run.
Eddie Crow is wide to the near sideline. Opplinger in motion. Here is a Pammer carry.
Again.
A lot of motion in that backfield. Ball will be at the 23-yard line with a second down and 4 for Northampton. And they would like nothing more, Dick, than to score a touchdown here. I don't know where these young people get the energy, but I'd just like to have about 6 ounces of it or something. Back to pass is Mushko, slipping and sliding now. It's pretty obvious as he goes straight ahead to the 17-yard line. Gain of about 1. Listen to this band, will you?
I'm going to give him a first down on that. So Mushko scrambling inside. And there he is. Utah to what? Purdue, to upstate New York, to inner city New York, to Pottsville. Now back here. He said his wife wanted to move every time.
You got to have a very special lady in your life if you're going to be in this kind of business of coaching, because you don't know where you are usually from year to year. Now let's rock and roll. Gotta love it. Mushko back to pass, looking for somebody, and he's going to fire it. It's incomplete. Easton defense wants a flag, and they're not going to get any.
Easton D all over him, but he does get the attempt off, and it's simply an incomplete pass.
Yeah, 2 cups of Dunkin' Donut coffee would be pretty good right now, Dick.
But you know, just thinking, Glenn Rismiller, you heard him promise me 9:15 quick. You'll never make it.
Well, Glenn's been known to promise some things. And
That was just to get me out of the room.
yeah. There is a carry now, straight ahead Pammer, inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, and Northampton has no quit in them at this point.
Wonder if that was an option, unless Pammer just hesitated slightly there to set up a block. Again, Pammer able to come back after a apparent injury.
Timeout for Northampton with 8:16 remaining in the football game, and the kids are trailing 35-13. Dick and I will be back in Easton tomorrow, actually at Wilson High School for the Penn Argyle-Wilson game. So if you can't make it tomorrow, tune us in.
Northampton's so very, very young offensively along the line. They lost tackle to tackle to graduation. In fact, the only one up front coming back was Gabrilik, the tight end. Chris Gabrilik plays tight end, defensive end, 225 pounds, so they are real raw up front.
There you go, Dick.
Wow.
That always makes you happy. Young people doing their thing.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah. We'll send them over to your house right after the game for some coffee.
I tell you, it must be brutal now, Bobby. A lot of people leaving. We'll see if that was a setup play there with Pamela, but they still have that going back to Mushko pass.
Ball at the 9-yard line, 3rd down and about a foot. Hand off to Opplinger inside. Third effort, touchdown. John Opplinger. We got to see that on replay. Dick will show it to you.
Yeah, this is worth 6. EFFORT. Hit, bounce, wedge, power, touchdown.
35-19. That's what he did a week or two ago against Liberty. 2nd, 3rd effort. Looked terrific. And they needed that one. Now they're going to go for 2 now here, trailing by 16. Here is Pammer, and he's going to get in for the extra point, I think. Any call, guys? Yes, it is. So the PAT is good by Jeff Pammer, and it's now Easton 35, Northampton 21.
So you look for the onside kick. Look at that lane, and here comes the conversion. Good power running, good lead blocking.
Hope the drainage is good at Wilson High School, so some of this stuff gets out of here by tomorrow afternoon. They call for cloudy weather. Pretty much most of the weekend on kind of dreary, but not real cold. But these kind of days with it raining all the time, it feels a lot more raw than it is. And Northampton now trails by exactly 14 points, 2 touchdowns. And an onside kick maybe, Dick, here?
Yeah, I contemplated that a few moments ago. Not sure you want to give a grinded out team like Easton, more time with that clock. They're coming out. Oh, we're going to need Easton timeout.
Yeah, Steve Schiffer isn't sure what's brewing over there on the other side with the guys in the white shirts, but it's timeout Easton with 8:11 remaining in the game.
Timeout probably, Bob, to get your good hands people in there, up in that front line. No, very good job. I hope it's not being overlooked at the Northampton end of it. They lost. Their 2 losses were 2 pretty good football teams, Parkland and Peaburg. Peaburg making a lot of noise on the Jersey side of the bridge. In fact, they're making some noise on the Pennsylvania side of the bridge. A lot of talk about coming back.
Pipparata will go all the way back to the Easton 25, but obviously Easton now prepared for that little onside job as Jeff Pammer will tow it up at the 40-yard line and get ready to approach the ball.
And you can tell it's good hands people. Baltz is up front.
Remember what happened with Eagles and Dallas last week. Here is the boot.
Little angle job. Oh, fair catch. Good call.
At the 35-yard line, it is by Greg Gentile, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 for Easton.
Caught a look on our picture there by number 14, Bernard Kuhn. What a game he had the other week defensively, all over the place. Oh, the timeout paid off.
First and 10 now if Northampton can hold them here, and they're going to come with a 7-man front.
But look at three linebackers closing.
And Pipparata going to get bumped once, twice, and drop for a 3-yard loss.
Just nowhere to run. You're sitting on that sideline, Bobby, and coaching down there, and you're saying, I want to put it up so bad, but I don't like that 10% chance of not getting anything out of it.
2nd down and 13, and if Northampton holds them here, they'll get the ball back with probably 5 or 4 minutes left and have an opportunity to perhaps hit on a long play and get within a field goal, within a touchdown rather. With a couple of minutes remaining, there's always a chance.
9 up again.
Pitch out. Pipparata is going to get nowhere again, and he'll maybe lose another yard in the process. That'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd and 13 for Easton at their own 32-yard line.
And now you don't want to put it up because an incompletion stops the clock.
There you go. Brendan Pickle is practicing. Say that 5 times. In motion is Labuda. And look at this. Back to pass Carlson. Can't find anybody. He'll be sacked back at the 30-yard line. There's a fumble.
Ball.
What is the call? It is Northampton football.
Look at the field position.
Wow.
25. Who's the culprit there? Was that Opplinger again?
You betcha. 6:41 remaining in the football game, and the kids are in deep in Easton territory. Let's watch it.
Carlson decided he's going to eat it. Opplinger with the hit and the steal.
How about that, huh? Kind of remember Kyle Newell at the Whitehall game?
Yeah.
1st down and 10 for Northampton at the Easton 25. And a touchdown here makes this thing pretty exciting, I would say. Hammer in motion, gets the pitch out. Cuts around left end. Gets a couple of yards and out of bounds, but the clock is still going to run. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Boy, Easton on that last 3-play sequence didn't even get a chance for 3 and out. With the stolen ball on the 3rd play. They lost 22 yards and the ball on 3 plays.
Second down. Clock continues to run. Northampton hoping that they would have gotten out of bounds to stop the clock, but no such luck. Here is Mushko looking, fires over the middle, completed pass to Pammer at the 19-yard line. Third down and 5.
Good pattern that time by number 88, Justin Nickley. He took cornerback and the free safety with him. So we just throw over the middle, the under pattern.
Nice plays, and they pick up a couple of yards, but time is now definitely against Northampton, and they're going to have to open it up here and score. Hand off to Opplinger. John straight ahead to the 17, and a gain of 3 will make it 4th down and 3.
Yeah, you gambled there on first down, Bobby. But what it did is it took precious seconds off the clock and still ticking.
Clock is approaching 5 minutes remaining in the football game, and this is a huge, huge play, and they can't waste any more time. (35-21) Easton by 2 touchdowns. Mushko. Back to pass. Looks downfield. Look out. He's going to try to avoid somebody. He can't, and he throws it, and it's going to be incomplete, I believe. Yes, Glenn Rissmiller said he tried to throw it. Incomplete. It's going to bring up a 4th down, and obviously now the side markers are saying first down.
Yeah, that was 4th down, Bobby.
That was 4th down. And Easton will take over. And that could have been it. 4.5 minutes remaining. And again, Northampton's going to have to come up with a big defensive play. I can never understand, I'm not checking anybody on this, but why they just don't go for the end zone and go for those long passes when you're down by 2 touchdowns. 1st and 10 for the Rovers, and you know they're going to run it. And there is Labuda straight ahead. Across the 25 to the 28-yard line.
An example there, again, of when you get the line of scrimmage offensively with all those front bodies staring you defensively, there's not much defense back there. So you get good yardage beyond the line of scrimmage.
Well, even in the pros in college, Dick, they get 3rd down and 10, and the quarterback throws an 8-yard completed pass. They're still 2 yards shy, and the announcers always say, you got to get beyond the sticks. Here again, straight ahead, Pipparata.
Yeah, you got a good point there, Bobby, too, because when you do go for the bomb, and there's no score, it's incompletion, and at least that's going to stop the clock.
And Northampton will stop the clock with 3:50 remaining, and this is going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for Easton. They stop them here, and they'll get a chance to get it back. But you got to convert. You get it back all you want. Put some points on the board. Much different.
Coach Johnson really forced to take the timeout here now. Easton keeps the clock ticking, so instead of having the timeouts down at the very end of the game, he's probably going to utilize them here.
I can't believe this rain is kept up. Normally it's the kind of thing where it rains for an hour and a half, and then it kind of just gets chilly and blows out of here and goes over to Peaburg or something. But it's been falling heavily like this for 3 hours now. And those young people there, half of them will not be in school on Monday, teachers. Guaranteed. All right, big play now for the Northampton defense. Here is a handoff inside, and I don't believe Pipparata got it. Or Baltz, rather.
Northampton timeout again. And it is going to come up short and force a 4th down play.
Josh Baltz gets to the 27-yard line of Easton, and it's going to be 4th and about the length of a football. And it's timeout Northampton, and Easton's going to have to punt it away, and they will. There's the coach.
When you're talking about 56 points put up.
On a rainy night.
Yeah, and both teams, you're talking about Easton giving up 11 points a game. You're talking about Northampton giving up 16.3. So well beyond the averages tonight, but a lot of those were defensive points.
I want to thank Mike Schneider and his people over in the athletic office at Northampton for supplying us with a ton of paperwork on the Northampton football team.
Also want to thank Mike Schneider for being in on my signing of Mike Messina a couple of years ago as a Yankee. Mike recommended him highly, and so we brought him over.
You seen a pitch last night?
Some of my words are just running right off you, Bob. It's as if you doubt me.
Well, you tell me things and I believe you like a father figure, and then I think about it the second time around and think, you're jerking my chain.
You mean you don't see me on the side there in the George Steinbrenner commercials with Derek Jeter?
Now that you mentioned it, I do. Fourth down. Here's the. We're going to go for it, coach, and I don't know if he got it.
What a gutsy call.
Wow. Fourth and about the length of a football, and the Easton Rovers are saying, yeah, he got it.
Bring in those chains.
Boy, that is pure chutzpah, boy. The fourth down on the foot at your own 25 in the fourth quarter, only up by 2 touchdowns, and you go for it. And I don't know.
Let's see this. Power I. Guller at that lead back spot. Pipperata said they have it. He wouldn't lie.
From that view, I think he does. Initially, I thought he did not.
Whoop, long stretch.
Northampton's got it. 1st and 10 for the kids at the Easton 27. Wow, look at that.
Over the top.
How about that? 3:42 remaining in the football game, and Northampton will have it at the Easton 27. And now the gun's got to come out for Craig Mushko. Ed Crow is wide to the near sideline. Billy Haight on the wing on the other side. Here's a pitch out to Pammer. And he's going to get cut down after a gain of about a yard. 2nd and 9.
Well, you knew that was run all the way because Opplinger was in the slot as a lead blocker. Tight end only split a couple of yards.
No huddle. Northampton will be out of the shotgun. Mushko stands back at the 30. Looking downfield. Plenty of time. Good protection. Passes it to Pammer. And it's caught. But a gain of about 4 yards. Again, too little. 3rd down and 5.
And stayed in bounds.
Got to get it beyond the sticks. They got to worry about a 1st down, too. Back to pass on 3rd down. Mushko can't find anybody. Now he looks and he goes toward the end zone. The pass is caught, but was it completed?
Yeah, they're going to mark it.
Yes, they are. It's a completed pass to Billy Haight. Let's look at it.
Boy, and they look like they had him front and back. There's the pump fake. There's the scramble. He just caught it in traffic.
Right. Between 2 defenders, Billy Haight in a driving rainstorm takes it at the 2-yard line with 2:45 remaining, and they smell touchdown, and they'll be down. If they do, they'll be down by 1 touchdown, assuming they make the PAT. Well, right now they got to score first. Mushko going to keep it and run with the ball and head toward the end zone. Touchdown, Northampton.
At the 2:40 mark of the 4th quarter, a definite onside kick after the PAT. Mushko's used that quite a bit this year. Big power play inside and just keep himself to the outside.
Northampton coaching staff out there saying, come on now, don't quit now, keep going. Haight will hold it. And here's the extra point, tried and true, you bet. Extra point kick by Tyler McCandless. And we've got 2:40 remaining in the game, and it's suddenly Easton 35, Northampton 28.
So on the 4th down short yardage attempt by the Rovers, Northampton's defense comes up big. and they're able to cash in on it for their fourth score of the night. One touchdown separating them, and 2 minutes and 40 seconds separates the time from zeros on the clock.
I mentioned before the game that this Northampton, I call them the no-quit team. And no matter how much they're down by what little time there's left, this is one guy amongst the other 10 who just keeps on grinding it out.
Very good point, Bob. Very good point. Another team like that, Central Catholic.
Yeah.
They just don't quit.
Yep. Hammer will boot it away. Here comes a squibbler over the 50. It's fumbled, but it's going to be Easton football at their own 43-yard line.
On the bottom there.
Well, here we go, Coach. Now we're going to see.
That took 2 seconds. I thought this was going to take the high bounce.
I don't know if Northampton has any more timeouts left. If they do, they only have one. Look at this, 9 men up
They're
front.
loading up. Oh, hey, good run.
Pepperata trying to outrun everybody. He gets to the 40 and it really is walloped at the 43. May have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 2nd and 10, and the ball, the clock continues to run. 2:22.
Well, you not only reward Pipperata's effort, he stopped in the backfield, and he slices the tackle, but he keeps the ball in bounds.
2nd down and 10 for the Rovers.
Shakes one there. That was a good move. He cut that corner. Instead of dragging it out, Bob, he cut the corner and stay in bounds.
2 minutes remaining in the football game. Again, 9 people are packing the box. Here they come, and Pepperata is going to go right up against them and pick up maybe about 3. 3rd down coming up, and 5.
You know what? I think Northampton 11 men up. I think you'll see it again.
And you can bet Carlson's going to walk up to the center and watch that back judge and wait till he gives them the sign. 1:20 remaining in the game. If they don't make a 1st down here and get 5, they're going to have to punt it away. Pitch out to Pepperata, and he gets the 1st down and more over the 40-yard line to the 39, and that should do it. Huge run by Brad Pepperata.
Well, they've been running the gut. They've been running inside the tackles, you know, looking to break one at the line of scrimmage. This time it's going to get the sweep. There's Pip at the back of the tail. People pulling. That's just good job of running.
We're under a minute now, and they're just probably going to take the knee twice, and that'll do it.
Yeah, you see it now. Pip said about 10 yards back. Not taking a chance.
Take it down. Ball. Carlson puts his knee down at the 45-yard line. It's going to be 2nd down, but it's all academic now. 30 seconds remain in the game, and Easton will, pardon the expression, squeak this one out. 35-28.
Well, we saw enough offense in the second half, and we saw a lot of defensive turnovers and big plays off the defense in the first half.
And Northampton gave it everything they have, and then some, and then some more. So to Tico Johnson and his football team, a job well done, just not enough. And that's the final score as it